is funding something in another state, that alone is a reason to be extremely suspect of any bill. And without digging any deeper in it, it's probably best for everyone to vote against 23. Is that logical?
Absolutely right. And I think even if you do dig a little bit deeper and you go to the Secretary of State's website, you'll see some very strange additional funders, a foundation in Missouri that's given $500,000. Here's the bottom line. Polluters are giving to this measure and supporting it because it allows them to protect the status quo, which is continuing to pollute. This is a measure that would repeal air pollution and air pollution control measures in California. It would make air pollution worse. It would pollute everything about our state. They want to protect their ability to do that. That's why they're funding this.
Okay. Well, I would say, paraphrase you, I agree with you.
Yep.
But I would say those Texas oil companies are investing millions to get California voters
Yep.
to vote for 23 is so that they can continue to sell a tremendous amount of petroleum and coal and whatever in this state, and so that they can make money. And we all know in many, many instances, the way California goes, the rest of the United States goes, and Canada goes, and many countries in the world go. And so if these oil companies are successful in diluting California regulations and slowing the growth of clean jobs,
Right.
that will have a chilling effect on all clean jobs, business opportunities. Okay?
Absolutely. In fact, the other important thing to mention is that California has often been the first state in the nation to pass really landmark legislation. We passed clean cars legislation that was landmark, that recently was adopted by the federal government, that now will become the standard for the nation. This greenhouse gas law that was passed in 2006 that's essentially being repealed through this ballot measure was landmark. It's now being considered at the federal level. If if this ballot measure is successful in repealing the state law, we are going to have a very long time before we're going to see anything come out of Washington.
Okay, now you have singed in my memory that ballot initiative 23 is a job-killing initiative. And it's also singed in my mind that 23 is a Texas oil initiative imposing Texas oil companies' interests on the fine people of California. And then a moment ago, you brought up Missouri. What does Missouri have to do? Isn't that one of the places where they kill all the abortion doctors?
Oh, my
Or
goodness.
is it,
I think that was Kansas.
They're next door to each other.
They are close.
What does Missouri have to do with trying to influence the voters of California?
Well, I think it has nothing to do with influencing the voters of California, except for the fact that this conservative foundation can serve as a pass-through for money for this ballot measure. It's a way for funders to hide. They don't have to reveal how they got their $500,000 that they gave to this campaign. So it really is just, I think, kind of classic oil company polluter antics, which is, let's not really tell people the truth. Let's try to find a way to hide the money that we're giving. We'll use this foundation in Missouri to essentially launder our money. And I think that's, Missouri has nothing to do with it. It just happens to be where this weird foundation is located.
What is the name of this foundation?
It's the Adam Smith Foundation.
And you said, in effect, that they're serving, in effect, as a money laundering.
Let's put that in quotes for legal purposes. We don't want to be sued for slander.
And they're not an oil association or petroleum?
No, but they're a conservative. They have a history of working to protect the values of Missourians. If you go to their website, you can see they have fairly conservative people associated with them. But we don't really know. Their budget for 2009 was $30,000, and they gave $500,000 to this ballot measure. So that gives you a sense that this is not their money. This is someone using them as a pass-through.
So we have the Texas oil companies sending money over here
Yep.
To try to get Californians to vote for Proposition 23. And then we have this organization in Missouri.
Yep.
Wow, it's really...
it's a
really
tangled web of polluter money. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay. Now, you know, I heard you mention the word pollution and air quality, and, you know, it's been proven that pollution, air quality is directly related to our health.
Absolutely.
And if by some chance the Texas oil companies and Missouri is successful in getting the people of California to vote for 23, what impact will it have on our health, the health of the children, the seniors, the young adults in California? Yeah. Is there anybody who has taken, any expert taken a position on this?
Well, absolutely. So first of all, the American Lung Association in California is one of the lead endorsers of the No campaign. I mean, they're very much a very important voice for us in this campaign, and they're out in front. You're going to see their name often because they're very, very trusted when it comes to things like air quality and breathing clean air and protecting the lives of children and seniors and those who have respiratory illnesses. What we know is that the law that this measure would repeal would, in fact, by repealing this measure, we run the risk of lives lost. I mean, it's a fact. People die because of pollution. We know that climate change is already impacting California in terms of sea level rise, in terms of reduced snowpack, wildfires, extreme weather events. So each one of those extreme situations impacts public health.
Okay, but all right, yes, breathing. So a yes on 23, would you say the American Lung Association would mean an increase in asthma attacks?
Absolutely. An increase in asthma attacks, respiratory illnesses, deaths due to pollution. I mean, these are proven statistics.
Lung
Absolute.
cancer.
Lung cancer. Any respiratory ailment that's impacted through poor air quality would be impacted by this measure passing.
So people who smoke and are likely to get cancer would reduce their risk of getting cancer if they voted against No 23, right, because they reduce one threat.
That's right.
To them.
I suppose we could, yes, we could extrapolate to that. To that.
So everyone who has children or parents or whatever,
yes, that
suffer from asthma, you know, they got to vote against 23.
Right, absolutely.
So considering the health impact on the people of California, how would you rename 23? So it's singed in my brain.
Well, I think that the naming of the measure by the Attorney General's office and what we're going to see on the ballot is it talks about suspending air pollution control standards and suspending air pollution control laws. I think I would say a vote for 23 is a vote that doesn't protect public health. I mean, a no vote on 23 is about protecting public health. A no vote on 23 is about protecting air pollution control laws. A no vote on 23 is about protecting Californians and keeping people healthy. Okay.
So far, let me just review what I think we've covered. We talked about this 23, and you've convinced me that it's really an anti-California job. And what we need in California, as in everywhere, is new jobs,
right,
and especially clean jobs. And then you convinced me that this is not a California initiative. This is a Texas oil company and Missouri conservative group initiative for the most part.
Right.
And then you quoted the American Lung Association, and you pointed out they have indicated that Proposition 23, if you vote for it, you're voting against the health of all the people.